Hi everyone, this is AJ, the Movie Owl, back again. Now before I begin this video, please consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and maybe giving me a thumbs up, and maybe leave me a comment down after the video. So a little while ago, in previous videos I spoke about the gold mine, which is Amazon Germany. Primarily Amazon Germany, but also you get, France, Italy, all this sort of stuff. So Amazon Germany it has a wealth of titles that are unavailable over here in the UK, and today I'm going to show you, go through my collection of bits that I've picked up from over there. Now this by means isn't everything because it's all scattered about, but this is everything I've sort of scrambled together now. But yeah, so a bit off subject, but I want to start with a TV series, and it is a DVD release. Now this has been released over here in the UK, but it is now very difficult to get a hold of. I do have the Region 1 Blu-rays, but I wanted to sort of kind of future-proof myself in that if I ever lost a Region 1 player, I could watch the series. So that series is Due South. Yes. Now, I don't usually do DVDs, but you know, this is such a wonderful series. Complete series, all 67 episodes. I will show you. You open it up and it kind of flops open like so. And you've got all these discs in there. I will quickly show you. So season 1 is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 discs. Season 2 made up of 1, 2, 3, 4 discs. Late great Leslie Nielsen, Paul Gross. Then you have season 3, which is a shorter season. It's 3 discs, 1, 2, 3, and season 4, 1, 2, and 3. Now this was a great series. I think it was on in the 90s, mid-90s. It's about a Canadian Mountie who ends up in Chicago after the death of his father, working for the consulate, but in his spare time he kind of helps out with the Chicago Police Department and teams up with a character called Ray Vecchio, which would change later on. But it's a wonderful series. It's a lot of fun, great humour. It plays on the stereotype that Canadians are very friendly and polite and all that sort of stuff. But it's a wonderful, wonderful series. I highly recommend that if you haven't seen it. Yeah, it's brilliant. So anyways, so that's on to the Blu-rays now. So like I said, I'm going to go through titles that I've been unable to pick up in the UK. So first up, I believe this is a Dutch release. Death Race Beyond Anarchy. Yeah, the 4th Death Race film. They're sort of schlock movies, I know. I haven't actually seen this one, it's still sealed. But, you know, the first one with Jason Statham was pretty good. And I've just watched them since. Next up, Daniel Radcliffe. This is a Dutch release. Guns Akimbo. This is a wonderfully... this is a great film. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of Daniel Radcliffe playing against type. I'm not into Harry Potter and all that sort of stuff, but he's wonderful in this. This concept is just, you know, he's this geezer who manages to upset someone online, and they kind of play death games in the real world, and he gets kidnapped, and he wakes up and he's had guns screwed to his hands. Yeah, and he's being hunted down just for this online game that people watch, sort of thing. So great film. Now some of these will be available in the UK, but I got them cheaper anyway. So US Marshals, I believe that has a UK release anyway, but I just picked it up over there. Bad Spies, sorry. Again, a film I haven't seen. Mila Kunis and Kate McKinnon They're both pretty good, but I've yet to watch it. And I have These Final Hours. Again, something I haven't watched. I go on to Amazon Germany and that, and I'm like, oh, look, that looks interesting, and I'll get that. I'll have a look at the trailer. I think, oh, that looks fun. Or, you know, okay, whatever. Next up is... oh, I think this might be a US release, sorry. I think that is a US release, but it's in here. Dawn of the Dead and Land of the Dead in a double feature. I don't know why that ended up here, but there you go. Then we have Twilight herself, Underwater. Now, I don't believe this has a Blu-ray release in this country. I started watching it, switched it off, keep meaning to go back to it. I didn't switch off because it was a bad movie, I just wasn't in the mood. It's got the flip case with the silly age thing there. But yeah, so that's Underwater. Great film. Kevin Costner and Clint Eastwood. Perfect world. I'm not sure that's had a UK release. I did look for it, couldn't find it. So, Germany, here I come. Brilliant, brilliant. Directed by Clint Eastwood. Great performance by Kevin Costner. Wonderful film. I remember it when it first came out. Now, I don't know why I bought this, but I did. I think this is US actually. VR Wachowski. Yeah. Again, that's just sat in there. I don't know, I've obviously picked it up. Okay. Old Jamie Lee Curtis film. Blue Steel. She's a police officer. Not seen this film for ages. To be honest, I can't remember it. I saw it and it, you know, I fancy watching it again, so I bought it. Yet to watch it. Next up, I know this hasn't had a release over here. Becky. Not a Blu-ray release anyway. Now this again is a wonderfully violent film. Kevin James playing way against type. He's like this nasty killer type. It's a lot of fun, very enjoyable. If you've not seen it, you know, it's much like, you know, there's like Guns Akimbo, there's this. They sort of fit into this same sort of category of films. Another one that I'm surprised has never had a release over here. It's the free film release of Leslie Nielsen, the Naked Gun trilogy. Funny films, hilarious films. I prefer these to Airplane. I don't care what anyone says. Airplane does kind of bore me, but I remember seeing this film for the first time and my ribs have never hurt so much. I've never laughed so much. There's, you know, every scene there's a joke. It's just joke after joke after a visual joke, a verbal joke, whatever it may be. Leslie Nielsen and his Play It Straight. Yeah, Frank Drebin, wonderful film series. Very, very funny. Got to get me the TV series. Okay, next up, I have Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is the movie that the TV series was based upon. I know it's not a very good movie, but I did like the box. I liked the cover. I thought it was a fantastic image. But yeah, now the fact that things are written in foreign language doesn't really bother me when it's side on the shelf. You can't see that anyway. Next up, Tommy Lee Jones, Volcano. I don't believe that's had a Blu-ray release in this country either. You had Dante's Peak and you had this at around the same time. I don't know what I'd think of them now if I watched them both. I do have both of them, but at the time I preferred this more. I know it was sort of more out there. It was a bit more fantastical. Dante's Peak was a proper volcano going off. This was set inside like the tar pits of, is it Los Angeles or something, and volcano below it, and yeah, it was a fun film. I remember enjoying it at the time. Like I said, now I don't know. Next I have this film, and I can't recall the UK title. I cannot recall the title for it. I know it was heavily slated. Obviously, Anne Hathaway, Matthew McConaughey. Turns out at the end that they're in a game of sorts, computer game. The characters in a computer game or something silly. It got slated big time, but nonetheless, I got it. It bugs me I can't remember the title. Next up is pretty terrible film, The Avengers. Yeah, not a very good film at all. But I bought it. Not the Marvel version. Yeah, Ralph Fiennes, Uma Thurman, Sean Connery, great cast. I remember having a poster of Uma Thurman on my wall. Yeah, but the film is questionable, to say the least. This is like a German release, not available over here. No flip cover though. I remember big teddy bears being in it. People in teddy bear suits or something, colourful teddy bear suits, I don't know. But I still bought it. Next up, Die Super X, my Super X girlfriend, another Uma Thurman and Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson's brother. This film was enjoyable enough. It was fun, a bit silly, but I recall enjoying it at the time, so I got it. Another Clint Eastwood one for you, Charlie Sheen, The Rookie. I remember seeing this back in the day in the 80s. I think I went to cinema to actually see this. I bought it because of memories. Tried watching it again the other day. It was very dark, very, very dark film. Next up, one that I'm surprised ain't had a release, City Slickers. Billy Crystal, Daniel Stern, Bruno Kirby, wonderfully funny film. Jack Palance, Helen Slater. Well worth your time if you haven't seen this. It's a superb, superb funny film. Watch it if you haven't seen it. I believe the US has just had a City Slickers 2 Blu-ray release. Yeah, so next up we have an Arnold Schwarzenegger classic, Kindergarten Cop. Schwarzenegger was very good in this film. A lot of fun, enjoyable. Can go back to it every now and then and watch it. But then we have the Dolph Lundgren sequel, Kindergarten Cop 2, which is essentially a remake, isn't it? Come on, it's the same film, but with Dolph in it. Z-list Arnie. But yeah, I can't really remember it. Then we come to Will Smith, a Wicka Wicka Wow Wow, Wild Wild West. I know that ain't been released. Kenneth Branagh is the villain. Giant spider robot. That should have been in Kevin Smith's Superman film that the producer wanted, so he ended up putting it in here. I know the film's slated, but nevertheless, AJ has it. Then we have The Hunt. Controversial film when it came out. I think it's banned for a while in America, maybe. I don't know. They tried to not release it. Good fun. Yeah, it was okay. Okay, this is an odd purchase, and I've still yet to watch it. The Pool. Now, this is a Korean film. It's about some people who get into a swimming pool. They fall asleep. The water's drained. They're stuck in the bottom because of the height. They can't get out. If you ever tried getting out of a swimming pool, deep swimming pool, it's nigh on impossible. And there's an alligator lurking, or crocodile lurking in there as well. Now, I bought this knowing that it hasn't got an English language track, right? And I can't get it with an English language track. That bugs me because I want to see the film. But I'm going to watch it in its original language, and because I'm pretty sure that verbally the film hasn't got much going on. I saw the beginning. I could pretty much work out what was happening. I just make up the verbal narrative in my head as I go along. Yeah, but I like creature features, like this sort of a film. I've got a soft spot for them. So yeah, The Pool. Why can't I get a release with a language track, English language track? I don't know. Next up, Paradise Hills, Milla Jovovich. I wouldn't say, not usually my sort of film. I do like Milla Jovovich. It's very aesthetically different, shall we say. A bit weird. But I don't know if I'd recommend it to anyone, because you might come and beat me up. Next up, Liam Neeson. Why haven't we got this released over here yet? I don't know. Honest thief. One of Liam Neeson's better films of late. I enjoyed it. So I ended up importing it from Germany. Then we have The Dark Side of the Moon, A Blind Buy, recent one. I know I've done it in one of my openings. I've yet to watch it. It's an old film. I saw the cover. I was intrigued by the cover. I like sci-fi. Sci-fi space horror, I quite enjoy. I watched the trailer, thought, okay, I'll give it a go. Still yet to watch it. It was only a few weeks ago. so don't. Okay, Space Jams are coming, and we still ain't had a release of this in the UK on Blu-ray, as far as I'm aware. You may correct me on some of these. But Looney Tunes back in action. Brendan Fraser, Steve Martin, Jenna Elfman, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, my favourite Looney Tune character, the embodiment of chaos, right there. Yeah, I mean, it was a fun film. I remember Batmobile being in it, Tim Burton's Batmobile and stuff like that. Now, Alexandra Daddario, Her with the Eyes, and Superman, Tyler Hoechlin. Now, I'm trying to find. I can't remember the title. It's the German title. I can't remember the British title for this, or the American title. Bear with me. Nope, I can't find it. I can't find it. I'm looking down, sorry, I'm not holding it out. I'll put it in the comments below, I'll dig it out. But this was a superb film, I really enjoyed it. Basically, she goes on a flight. She ends up being sat next to by this guy who's Superman in Superman and Lois. It looks like the plane's going to crash, it's some turbulence, and she starts spilling all her secrets to him. When she gets into work, she finds out that he's actually like the CEO of the company. And yeah, it was a very nice film. It's a lot of fun, worth watching. Sorry, I can't remember the English title. Maybe someone can tell me before I... No, I will find it and tap it in the bit below so you can see. Don't worry, we're getting there, people. We're getting there. Next up, I know this has had a UK release, but damn, it's expensive. Romancing the Stone. So I ended up importing it from Germany, where it's cheaper. I do have Jewel of the Nile on UK. Another Alexandra Daddario movie. We Summon the Darkness. She drew me in with her eyes. I ain't watched it yet, so I will get round to watching it at some point. Another one that does need a UK release, the remake of The Blob. Yeah, so I think this was Germany or France or somewhere, but it's available if you search Amazon Germany, Amazon France, whatever. I'd put it into a pink case. It didn't come in a pink case. I just thought a pink case would look nice given the thing. Schlocky B movie, horror, you know, people have seen it. Another one that I enjoyed at the time, 20 odd years ago, Dracula 2000, the young Johnny Lee Miller. Bought it because I remember enjoying it. Watched it when I got it through a couple of weeks ago. Not as good as I remember. It's dated. Oh, Gerard Butler's in it. Yeah. Next up, Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez, a film that I used to enjoy when I was young. I remember it was released by Entertainment in Video. Do you remember that company? EV, Entertainment in Video. A lot of straight-to-video films. Men at Work. Yeah, golf clap. If you've seen the film, you'll know. It's an enjoyable enough film. They're two garbage disposal men, and they end up with a body, and yeah, no. I've watched it since I got it. It was all right. 80s classic. Looking in Your Eyes, I see... No, is that the right song? Looking in your eyes, I see a paradise in this world that I found. It's too good to be true. Standing here beside you, want so much to give you this love in my heart that I'm waiting for you. Is that the right words? I don't know. But anyway, Mannequin. Classic film. A very young, very attractive Kim Cattrall. Yeah. Then we come to... See, this one here I put along with that Guns Akimbo and that other one I mentioned that was similar to Guns Akimbo, but Boss Level. A great sort of Groundhog Day type movie where he's stuck in a loop and keeps getting killed. You know, Frank Grillo, Mel Gibson's the baddie, Naomi Watts, Michelle Yeoh. So great cast. Very fun film, very enjoyable. Not released over here. Watch it. Then we have another Mel Gibson with Walton Goggins. Fat Man. Santa Claus, Hitman. Yeah, it was a good film. Different. I enjoyed it. It is available on DVD, I believe, over here, but didn't have a Blu-ray release. Yeah, good film. Now, I do have all the Friday the 13th films. I've only seen a few of them, but I wanted to complete the collection, so I got that where you get the 7 or 8 films in the pack. I got it pretty cheap, but I was glad this film came out in Germany. When it got a release, I was straight on it. Jason X. This is probably my favourite Friday the 13th film because it's just so different, so far out there. It is very cheap, don't get me wrong. It's got most of the cast of Andromeda in it. No, I think it's got about 2 people from Andromeda in it. I did have the Movie Maniacs figure. I like the design of the Space Jason. An enjoyable sci-fi horror that you don't really need to see the other Friday the 13th to enjoy. Don't worry, we're getting near the end. Next up, this is actually from Australia. Once Upon a Deadpool. I had to get it. It's the recut Deadpool 2 with all the violence taken out, and yeah, with the Wonder Years, you know, Austin Powers 3, Molly. I can't remember the guy's name now. I hate it when that happens. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. So it's a nice little sort of special features version of it. Now some steelbooks I've picked up in Germany. Not available. Oh no, this one is available. I don't know. Anyway, the Justice League steelbook for the crappy Justice League film. Dread 3D. Yep, nice steelbook. Greenland. I know it has had a 4K release over there as well. I got the standard Blu-ray before the 4K came out. Quite a good film. I got no issue with this. I love the steelbook cover. Love that image. 1995. Sylvester Stallone. I love the costumes. Alright, so it's not the comic book, but it's fun. I know this did have a release over here, but I missed it. So I went and got it in Germany. Whiplash. Then I have the steelbook of the German Solo 3D Star Wars story. These are in some of my other videos. Schwermetall Chronicles. The Metal Hurlant Chronicles. It was a 2-season sci-fi series. Obviously, all these films do have an English language track. Kelly Brook. Yeah, nice, lovely steelbook cover design. Lovely image. Next we have another Arnie one, Maggie steelbook from Germany. Embossing, lovely design. Trust me, I'm nearing the end. Another steelbook that I got from over there, it may be available over here, I'm not sure, which is Starship Troopers Traitors of Mars, the animated sequel. Casper Van Dien returned to voice Johnny Rico. Yeah, and Dina Meyer came back to voice as well, even though she died in the first film. Yet to watch it. Next up, We Come in Peace. You Go in Peace. It's Dolph Lundgren classic. Dark Angel. He's a cop. You know, these aliens that are pumping this stuff into humans to raise their adrenaline. I think they pump cocaine into humans to raise their adrenaline. They take their adrenaline and use that as their drug on their planet. Yeah, it was a fun film at the time. Then I have 2 versions of Predator. The Predator, or Predator Upgrade, as it was called in Germany, which I preferred the title, to be honest with you, than The Predator. Film was rubbish. No, yes, the film was rubbish, but it wasn't boring, I'll say that. So that's a steelbook, and then I did get a 4K standard release. Lovely cover. Much prefer it than the English cover, which is that skull, Predator hand holding the skull, I think, if I remember rightly. Something like that. Anyway, so that's Predator upgrade, the Predator. So that does it for this video. I think I've got through everything. Probably not. There's probably still a few German or foreign ones kicking around. So anyway, I always visit Amazon Germany and have a look what they've got, because there's always these surprises that come up. And if there's a film I think of from my past, and oh bloody hell no, this isn't the end. I've got 3 sat here that I've put on the side for this. Robocop the series. I've got a video coming where I've had a look at this. That'll be posted up soon. And then I have 2 digibooks, Pamela Anderson, barbed wire. I shan't open them up. Shall I open them up? I don't know. So, yeah, barbed wire with Pamela Anderson. It's got pages with text, and obviously the text is in German, so I can't read it. It's got images. Not a great film. I didn't mind it though. I've read the comics beforehand, and she's well cast as the character visually. I understand people why they didn't like it. It was a vehicle for her primarily. But yeah, so next up, last film, Shadow in the Clouds 4K version. Chloe Grace Moretz, where she's on this plane with these little gremlin-y things. COVID film. It feels very sort of COVID made, in that the characters don't spend a lot of time together. They can be filmed in separate rooms. It's set on board a World War II airplane, gremlins and all that stuff. I had seen the film. That's the J card. Fool's Errand. That's the name of the plane that she's on. And there's these gremlin-y things that are attacking the plane. Yeah, it was a enjoyable enough film. A bit ludicrous in parts, where she's hanging from the outside of the airplane, trying to, I don't know, yeah, upside down, hanging from the plane. Bit silly, but it was enjoyable enough. Anyway, that brings me to the end. So please consider leaving a comment below. Do you ever use Amazon Germany and all that? Let's get into a bit of a discussion. So remember, give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And this is AJ done for another video. And again, I shall see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye all.